Chapter 4. Untitled Chapter. Where is the need to make offerings or protestations, or to practice worship with flowers and leaves? Why practice meditation and the repetition of mantras? The worshipper and Shiva are one and the same. I'm not only free of bondage and liberation, I'm not only free of purity and impurity. I'm not only free of union and separation. I'm freedom itself. I'm everywhere, like space. Some say the phenomenal world is real. Others say the world is unreal. Such arguments as these have no meaning to me. My nature is freedom. There's no Maya to me. I have no faults, nor am I faultless. I have no beginning, nor am I beginningless. I am not undivided, nor am I divided. My nature is freedom. There's no Maya to me. In me, ignorance and knowledge never arise. I never allow myself to experience those states. How then could I speak of not knowing or knowing? My nature is freedom. There's no Maya to me. I'm not bound to righteousness. I'm not bound to sin. I'm not bound to bondage nor liberation. Neither of these affects me at all. My nature is freedom. There's no Maya to me. Inferior and superior have no meaning to me. I have no enemies, nor have I any friends. How then could I speak of the good or the evil? My nature is freedom. There's no Maya to me. I'm not the worshipper nor the object of worship. I give no words of instruction, nor do I perform any actions. My nature is consciousness. How, then, could I speak? My nature is freedom. There's no Maya to me. There's nothing that pervades and nothing that's pervaded. There is neither manifestation nor de-manifestation. How then could I speak of the void or its opposite? My nature is freedom. There's no Maya to me. Truly, I am neither a perceiver nor an object of perception. I am not a cause, nor am I an effect. How then shall I say that I'm the knower, or the known? My nature is freedom. There's no Maya to me. There's no superimposer and nothing superimposed. I am neither the knower, nor the object of knowledge. How then could I speak of creation or dissolution? My nature is freedom. There's no Maya to me. I have no body, nor am I without bodies. I have neither intellect, nor mind, nor senses. How then could I speak of attraction or repulsion? My nature is freedom. There's no Maya to me. One can't even speak of something separate from the self. One cannot speak of what doesn't exist. How then can I speak, friend, of similar or dissimilar? My nature is freedom. There's no Maya to me. I am neither free of nor bound by the senses. I follow no rules of should or shouldn't. How then can I speak, friend, of success or of failure? My nature is freedom. There's no Maya to me. I've never been either formless or with form. I've never had a beginning, middle, or end. How then can I speak, friend, of youth or of old age? My nature is freedom. There's no Maya to me. I've never experienced death or deathlessness, nor evil or good. None of these opposites exist in me, my child. How then can I speak of impurity or purity? My nature is freedom. There's no Maya to me. I never experience sleeping, waking, or the deep yogic trance. To me there is neither night-time nor day. How then can I speak of the four states of the mind? My nature is freedom. There's no Maya to me. Know well that I am unaffected by the appearance or non-appearance of the world. To me there is neither Maya nor its absence. How then can I speak of the performance of right actions? My nature is freedom. There's no Maya to me. Know well that in samadhi all things are one. Know also that I am unaffected by the attainment or non-attainment of samadhi. How then can I speak of union or separation? My nature is freedom. There's no Maya to me. I am not unlearned, nor am I learned. I don't remain silent, nor do I say anything. How then can I speak of true or false doctrines? My nature is freedom. There's no Maya to me. I have no father or mother. I have no family or caste. I've never known birth, and I've never known death. How then can I speak of affection or attachment? My nature is freedom. There's no Maya to me. My awareness of the self is constant. I never abandon it. So I'm never affected by darkness or light. How then can I speak of my morning or evening prayers? My nature is freedom. There's no Maya to me. Know without any doubt that I'm limitless. Know without any doubt that I'm changeless. Know without any doubt that no stains can touch me. My nature is freedom. There's no Maya to me. Those who possess strong determination renounce meditation. They renounce all their good works as well as their bad. The nectar of renunciation they drink to their fill. My nature is freedom. There's no Maya to me. In that state where one knows nothing at all, this versified knowledge doesn't even exist. So now, while I'm in the state of samarasa, I, the Avadhut, have spoken of the Supreme Absolute. In this composition by Sri Dattatreya called Song of the Avadhut, in this dialogue between the Swami and Kartika, entitled Instruction on the Wisdom of the Self, this is the fourth chapter, called The Declaration of My Nature. Chapter 5, Panchamodhyaya. Aum pervades everything, equally, like space. Within it, there are no distinctions such as high and low, the formless unmanifest manifests as form. How else could the imperishable show forth its light? Thou art that, the scriptures proclaim. Thou art that, one's own self affirms. You are beyond all diversification, the same self in all. Why lament then, O mind? I'm the same self in all. Beyond high and low, I'm the same self in all. Beyond inner and outer, I'm the same self in all. If there is only the one, I'm the same self in all. Why lament then, O mind? I'm the same self in all. There's no real distinction between the imaginer and the imagination. There's no real distinction between the cause and its effect. A poem and its words are one and the same. Why lament then, O mind? I'm the same self in all. There's no knowledge and no ignorance in the experience of unity. There's no near and no far in the experience of unity. There's no time and no eternity in the experience of unity. Why lament then, O mind? I'm the same self in all. There's no space in the jar, or even a jar. There's no container of the soul, or even a soul. There's no separation between cause and effect. Why lament then, O mind? I'm the same self in all. Here, in the realm of unity, everyone is eternally free. A short time and a long time have no meaning here. Here, no distinction such as fat or thin exists. Why lament then, O mind? I'm the same self in all. Here is neither emptiness nor fullness. Here is neither purity nor impurity. Here is neither the all nor its absence. Why lament then, O mind? I'm the same self in all. There's no distinction such as divided or undivided. There's no distinction such as within or without. Beyond the distinction of enemy or friend, I'm the same self in all. Why lament then, O mind? I'm the same self in all. There's no disciple or non-disciple in the one reality. There's no evolving and no one not evolving. Here, in the state of unity, everyone is eternally free. Why lament then, O mind? I am the same self in all. The self is beyond form and formlessness, is it not? It is beyond division and non-division, is it not? It is beyond creation and the absence of creation, is it not? Why lament then, O mind? I'm the same self in all. Neither the gunas nor anything else can bind me. How could I be bound by actions in this life or in the afterlife? I'm the pure, stainless self, the same within all. Why lament then, O mind? I'm the same self in all. Here is neither existence nor non-existence. Here is neither desire nor desirelessness. Here, the wisdom that's learned is freedom and equality. Why lament then, O mind? I'm the same self in all. Here, reality is not divided into sub-realities, tattvas. Here is neither union nor separation. Even if everything disappears, I'm the same self in all. Why lament then, O mind? I'm the same self in all. I'm not a vessel, a temple, a house, or a sheath. Here, without association or dissociation, I am the supreme reality. Here, without knowledge or ignorance, I am the supreme reality. Why lament then, O mind? I am the same self in all. Unchanging, changing, neither is the truth. Purposeless, purposeful, neither is the truth. If only the self is perceived, that is the truth. Why lament then, O mind? I'm the same self in all. Here everyone is the same conscious soul. Here everyone is the one eternal soul. Here only the one undivided soul exists. Why lament then, O mind? I'm the same self in all. Indiscrimination, discrimination, this is ignorance. Mindlessness, mindfulness, this is ignorance. If only the Eternal One is seen, that is knowledge. Why lament then, O mind? I'm the same self in all. There's no state of liberation and no state of bondage. There's no state of virtue and no state of sin. There's no state of perfection and no state of imperfection. Why lament then, O mind? I'm the same self in all. If I am always the same, beyond caste and castelessness, if I'm always the same beyond cause and effect, if I'm always the same beyond division and non-division, why lament then, O mind? I'm the same self in all. Here, everything is eternal. Everything is consciousness. Here, only the immutable exists. Everything is consciousness. Without any exception, everything is consciousness. Why lament then, O mind? I'm the same self in all. If everything is eternal, everything is myself. If only the stainless, the immutable exist, everything is myself. Whether daytime or nighttime, everything is myself. Why lament then, O mind? I'm the same self in all. I'm neither in bondage nor in freedom. I'm always the same. I'm neither united nor separated. I'm always the same. I possess neither knowledge nor ignorance. I'm always the same. Why lament then, O mind? I'm the same self in all. Here, time and timelessness cease to exist. Here, atoms and particles cease to exist. Only the absolute reality never ceases to exist. Why lament then, O mind? I'm the same self in all. Here is no difference between embodied and bodiless. To the Supreme, the subtle and gross states are the same. The Supreme is the same whether it's named or unnamed. Why lament then, O mind? I'm the same self in all. The one purity, like space, is equally in all. Transcending all forms, I'm the same self in all. Whether there are forms or no forms, the essence remains the same. Why lament then, O mind? I'm the same self in all. Here, I'm unattracted to either virtue or vice. Here, I'm unattracted to either form or formlessness. Here, I'm unattracted to either dispassion or desire. Why lament then, O mind? I'm the same self in all. Beyond pleasure and pain, I'm the same self in all. Here neither sorrow nor gladness exists. In the supreme reality there is neither guru nor disciple. Why lament then, O mind? I'm the same self in all. The self is neither substantial nor insubstantial. It is neither identical nor not identical to the world. It's beyond both inquiry and abstention from inquiry. Why lament then, O mind? I'm the same self in all. This self is the underlying essence of every substance. So how can you find distinctions in the one existence? There is no object of perception outside of itself. Why lament then, O mind? I'm the same self in all. In many eloquent ways the scriptures have said, this observable world's like a desert mirage. If there's only the Eternal One, I'm the same self in all. Why lament then, O mind? I'm the same self in all. In that state where one knows nothing at all, this versified knowledge does not even exist. So now, while I am in the state of samarasa, I, the Avadhut, have spoken of the Supreme Absolute. In this song of Avadhut, composed by Dattatreya, in this discourse between Swami and Kartika, entitled Instruction on the Wisdom of the Self, this is the 5th chapter, called Revelations of Equality. Chapter 6, Sastod Ayaya. In many eloquent ways the scriptures have said, this observable world's like a desert mirage. If there's only the limitless one, all is Shiva. How then and to what could the self be compared? In the Supreme there is neither division nor non-division. In the Supreme there is neither activity nor inactivity. If there's only the limitless one, all is Shiva. What then is the need of austerities and rites? The one mind is infinite. It pervades everything. In the Supreme there is neither without nor within. The one mind is indeed limitless. All is Shiva. How then could Shiva be defined in thought or in speech? There's no distinction between day and night. There's no distinction between dawn and dusk. If there's only the limitless one, all is Shiva. What's the difference if the sun or the moon shines? It's beyond the duality of desire and desirelessness. It's beyond the duality of action and non-action. If there's only the limitless one, all is Shiva. What then may be considered without or within? If it's neither with substance nor without substance, if it's neither a void nor a non-void, if there's only the limitless one, all is Shiva. How then could there be a beginning or an end? If there's no distinction between division and non-division, if there's no distinction between the knower and the known, if there's only the limitless one, all is Shiva. What then is the third mental state? And what is the fourth? What can be spoken of is not the reality. Neither what can be spoken of nor what cannot be spoken of is the reality. If there is only the limitless one, all is Shiva. How then can there be objects or senses, the intellect or the mind? Neither space nor air is the reality. Neither earth nor fire is the reality. If there's only the limitless one, all is Shiva. Which then is the cloud and which is the rain? If there's no distinction between a thought image and the world, if there's no distinction between a thought image and the gods, if there's only the limitless one, all is Shiva. How then could there be a distinction between the real and the unreal? There's no distinction between the living and the dead. There's no distinction between alike and different. If there's only the limitless one, all is Shiva. How then could one speak of going or coming? There isn't any difference between Prakriti and Purusha. There isn't any difference between cause and effect. If there's only the limitless one, all is Shiva. How then could one speak of Purusha, the self, or not Purusha? There is no childhood, the third stage of misery. There is no infancy, the second binding rope. If there's only the limitless one, all is Shiva. How then can there be old age, infancy, or childhood? Is it not true that there are no life stages or castes? Is it not true that there are no causes or effects? If there's only the limitless one, all is Shiva. How then can one distinguish between the perishable and the imperishable? It's futile to distinguish between the perishing and the imperishable. It's futile to distinguish between the created and the uncreated. If there's only the limitless one, all is Shiva. How then can there be an imperishable and a perishable? The male principle, Purusha, and his consort do not exist. The female principle, Prakriti, and her consort do not exist. If there's only the limitless one, all is Shiva. How then could such a relationship exist? If neither desire nor repulsion exist within the female principle, if neither pleasure nor pain exist within the male principle, if there's only the limitless one, all is Shiva. How then does this sense of I and mine arise? Neither righteousness nor unrighteousness exist, right? Neither bondage nor liberation exist, right? If there's only the limitless one, all is Shiva. How then does the thought of sorrow or happiness arise here? There is no distinction between the giver and the gift. There is no distinction between the receiver of the sacrifice and the sacrifice. If there's only the limitless one, all is Shiva. How then could there be rewards for one's actions? The self is free of both sorrow and pleasure, is it not? The self is free of both humility and pride, is it not? If there's only the limitless one, all is Shiva. How then does the thought of attachment or non-attachment arise? In the self, neither delusion nor non-delusion arises. In the self, neither desire nor desirelessness arises. If there's only the limitless one, all is Shiva. How can you think there is such a thing as indiscrimination or discrimination? Look, there's never been a you or an I. All talk about family or caste is untrue. Truly, I'm Shiva, the one Supreme Self. How then should I worship? To whom should I bow? The distinction between guru and disciple proves illusory. The guru's instruction proves illusory as well. Truly, I'm Shiva, the one Supreme Self. How then should I worship? To whom should I bow? The division between bodies is only imagined. The division between places is only imagined. Truly, I'm Shiva, the one Supreme Self. How then should I worship? To whom should I bow? There has never been any activity or rest. The one purity is stainless and motionless, is it not? Truly, I'm Shiva, the one Supreme Self. How then should I worship? To whom should I bow? There is no distinction between embodied and bodiless. Wrong action, right action, neither exists. Truly, I'm Shiva, the one Supreme Self. How then should I worship? To whom should I bow? In that state where one knows nothing at all, this versified knowledge doesn't even exist. So now, while I'm in the state of samarasa, I, the Avadhut, have spoken of the Supreme Absolute. In this song of Avadhut, composed by Sri DATTATREYA, in this dialogue between Swami and Kartika, called Instruction on the Wisdom of Self, this is the 6th chapter, entitled The Ascertainment of Liberation. Chapter 7, Saptamo Adhyaya. A patched rag from the roadside serves as a shawl to the Avadhut, who has no sense of pride or shame. Naked, he sits in an empty shack, immersed in the pure, stainless bliss of the self. His attainment is beyond attaining or non-attaining. His state is beyond that of union or separation. He's continually established in the one stainless reality. How can the Avadhut either speak or not speak? Free from bondage to the fetters of hope, free from the yoke of acceptable conduct, free from everything. He's thus attained peace. He is the stainless one, the pure absolute. For him, where is the question of being embodied or bodiless? Where is the question of attachment or non-attachment? Pure and unpartitioned as the infinite sky, he is himself, the reality in its natural form. Where the self is, how can there be any knowledge? How can there be either forms or the absence of forms? Where there is the supreme, infinite, as the sky, how can there be any differentiation of objects? The self is undifferentiated, like the formless sky. The self is pure and stainless reality. For him, how can there be difference or non-difference, bondage or liberation, division or change? There is but one reality, the undifferentiated all. How then could there be union, separation, or pride of attainment here? He is the supreme, the undifferentiated all. Here, how could there be any substance or non-substance? Only the stainless, all-inclusive reality exists. It is clear, pure, and continuous sky. Here, how could association or dissociation occur? In the one reality, how could there be any relationship or severance of relationship? As a yogi, he is beyond union and separation. As a bhogi, enjoyer, he is beyond enjoyment and non-enjoyment. Thus, he wanders leisurely, while in his mind arises the natural bliss of the self. How does one who is continuously bound here by knowledge and ignorance become free of both duality and non-duality? How does a yogi here become natural and desireless? By becoming aware that he's the stainless purity, the enjoyer of unchanging bliss. The destroyer is beyond destruction and non-destruction. The sustainer is beyond sustaining and non-sustaining. Indeed, how could substance or dissolution of substance exist here? The reality is unchanging, like the formless sky. Continuously united with, yet free from, everything. The liberated are beyond all manifestation, tattvas. Indeed, how could there be any birth or death here? How can one here meditate on either forms or formlessness? All this world is conjured by magic. It's only the water of a desert mirage. Beyond all differences, beyond all forms, truly, there is only Shiva alone. We're completely oblivious to everything, from the performance of duties to the attainment of liberation. How then could those who profess wisdom imagine that we possess either attachment or non-attachment? In that state where one knows nothing at all, this versified knowledge doesn't even exist. So now, while I'm in the state of samarasa, I, the Avadhut, have spoken of the Supreme Absolute. In this song of the Avadhut, composed by Sri Dattatreya, in this dialogue between Swami and Kartika, called Instruction on the Wisdom of the Self, this is the 7th chapter.